It's your host Acacia, down in South Africa, the Divine Therapist, your host on the show this evening. Okay, we spoke last time about the topics, the midweek topics that we'll be doing. And these midweek topics, they help us in terms of knowing exactly what is happening in the parts of the world and who is doing what, where, and how. Remember, not so long ago, our topic was on the tug of war between the taxis. By the way, I'm bringing good news indeed. After a manslaughtering, I can call it like that, manslaughtering that was happening between two taxi associations, by the way, which was Kata and Kodeta down in SA, when they were shooting one another, and that involved some of the commuters that are using the taxis. So finally, they have come to an agreement. It was announced that they have resolved their issue, but it was after some blood was shed, and it was not on at all. It was not good. These are our fellow South Africans. When we do not see eye to eye, the way to resolve things is not to kill one another, because we're going to need one another one way or the other, okay? So now, good people, our topic is about what does freedom mean, okay? Sorry. What does freedom mean? In your own words, as a patriotic, a patriotic, it is someone that is very proud about their country. It is someone that takes pride, and can boast about their country and say a lot of things about their country. Do you understand? So ever since our countries got their freedom, are we proud about them? Do we see this freedom? And to you as an individual, what does freedom mean? We still have people in some parts of the world that has not experienced what freedom means. You understand? Because they are still binded, and they are still in a zone where they feel they are so fearful. They're living out of fear. They cannot even voice themselves out. They cannot even say how they feel. Do you understand? Of which it's not supposed to be like that. So I just want to take you through something tonight, viewers. Understand one thing, that Let's Talk It Out does not only deal with one country, okay? Let's Talk It Out is globally, all right? And we speak about every country, the issues that are a hitting or a burning up thing, you understand? But we select the ones that we think they are best for our people. Our viewers at home, listen. One of the policies of Let's Talk It Out, when we are talking or we are discussing a heating up issue, vulgar language mustn't be used, and also any type of words that they entail hate, discrimination, no racism or whatsoever. We do not deal with such things, not on Let's Talk It Out talk show. Now listen, I'm gonna need your views as well, okay? You can write on the comment list there as to what does freedom mean in your own words there at home, all right? Wherever you are, whether you are in a taxi or a bus or a train, you know, or a train. So just write your comment, and I will read it out. And if you want to be known as anonymous, I will also do so, and not call your name, okay? But only say your comment. So let me start by going to America, okay? And saying some of the things that the individuals of America are saying about their country, okay? What does freedom mean according to them, all right? And according to their history, okay, the Americans, they got their own freedom around 1776, okay, under the Great Britain. So if you want to know the whole history about it, go and do your own research. It's going to help you to understand more about America as to who did what and how did Great Britain conquered them and what was happening in their history at that time. But they got their freedom in 1776. So, you know, after that, what I've picked up, in all these different countries, there's difference according to culture, according to the customs, the things we value, the values of people, you know, the diversity of people. There is totally a huge difference. You understand? I will tell you after I'm done saying all these things that different individuals according to these countries are saying about their country and how do they see their freedom, okay? So in America, some they say that it is to do as you please, you know? If you can't do as you please in your own country, then it means that you are having limits, you know? You are walking through a maze where you are not sure whether the authorities are not going to say something else if you do this way. You know, maybe you're going to be jailed or whatever, or be penalized, okay, according to the laws of that country. So, you know, not being able to do what you want at the time you want it, it isn't nice. It isn't great, okay? I can see that you are coming in, my viewers. I just want you to write what does freedom mean in your own words, you know, as an individual. You can write it in Xhosa, in the language that you are comfortable into, okay? But I can only take Xhosa and English, please, people. Those two languages I can take. Okay, I'm still in America, and we're going now on the side of history and on the side of revolutionary, okay? So we are there today as to what does freedom mean to these different kinds of people in the whole wide world. So I'm still in America. By the way, today we chose only four countries that we're going to be representing today, okay? So as time goes, we will see which other country that we need to represent. Otherwise, let's talk it out. It's all about everyone who's everyone globally, okay? globally. Okay, as I was saying that Americans, they want their own freedom in terms of doing what they want and when, and doing what they want, and to be able to voice themselves. Freedom of speech, okay? Freedom of speech, not to be scared of what to say. They emphasize on the liberty, that they've got their liberty. They do feel that they got their liberty. Now, understand one thing. Not everybody will see that the freedom thing applies to them. But today, we're not about on the disadvantageous side, but then, you know, we're in the middle. We're in the middle. We neutral, okay? So another thing is that individual's responsibility, you know. So that means if you are an individual, try and be responsible about what you are doing, okay? Don't do what you do and what you do affects others, to understand, in a bad way. We're supposed to be responsible on whatever that we are doing. So one of the viewees in America said that, you know. So all of these answers, comments were taken from the individuals in America as to how do they see, what does freedom to them mean, okay? That's how it goes. And also, to prosper in life, that's, you know, to prosper in life and to invest in one another. You know, I found that one for me, okay, to be the most valuable one. Because why? If we cannot prosper as a country, and if we cannot invest on one another in our communities, then that means as a country, we're not going to make it. You know, our economy is not going to rise, but it's going to go down. And a country that has got a low economy, it is a country that can be invaded by many other terrorists or briberies that are coming from other countries, or it can be taken by another country, okay? It can be ruled by another country that has got a powerful economy. So this was the most valuable one according to me, because we need to invest to one another. We need to prosper as people, okay? This was said by one of the Americans. And also another one was in one of the old citizens, and I loved what he said, that freedom to him, it is to explore your own desires, okay, and talents in terms of education, employment, and also the value, you know, of to value each and everyone's needs. I think you get me there. To value each and everyone's what? Needs, okay? Because if I cannot value your needs, then it means what? Then we will be a selfish country. A country with selfish people. Can it prosper? No, it can't prosper. So this old citizen, he mentioned that to be able to explore your own desires, do you understand, and talents in terms of education and employment. And really, without those, still the country is what? Is doomed. Because if the country cannot create places or schools or making the education system to be the most strongest one in terms of having well-trained students, do you know, that has got super skills that are needed globally, okay? Not to create a weak system, education system, that is not going to take these students anywhere in the world. You understand? You find that a grade 12 student is ranging with a grade 5 student of another country. What is that? It means that the education system of that other country is very poor. So, you know, each and every country must make it a point that when it comes to education system and also the employment rate, it comes to what? To prosperity. Let me put it that way. Sometimes the tongue gets to click and you can't say words right. But those were the words from the mouths of Americans, okay? Now I'm done with Americans. We move to Egypt. How do Egyptians see freedom, okay? You will find that in Egypt, one thing that I have noticed is that religion is most important to them. And I have picked up that some Egyptians, they hate, or maybe that's a harsh word, but they don't like the fact that they are confided into one religion, but they want a freedom of what? Of religion, okay? Whereby they are able to be Christians, to be whatever that they want, not being scared of taking another religion and live under fear, you know, because they don't know what will happen to them. So I have picked up also that the thing about their women, they demand respect so much. So it tells me something that they are women. They feel that they are not being respected by the other gender, okay? Meaning by males, you know? I didn't want to be specific, but that's what I have picked up as I was listening to these individuals in Egypt. So to them, what does freedom mean? They said to have privacy, to do what you want and whenever you want to, and to look the way you want, to be able to represent yourself in a way that you feel comfortable without wearing maybe a long dress all the time. I can relate to that, and I think I do understand and feel their pain. You understand? Because imagine in South Africa we have standardization that, listen, all of us tomorrow, all of us tomorrow, we wear long gowns one way, blue gowns all the way, okay? Should we find you on the street without any blue gown, okay? You're going to jail, Baba, or you have crossed the line. You will be penalized. Just imagine. Sis Pinky, welcome, my dear. One of our loyal viewers on Let's Talk It Out. Hi, my dear. And many more viewers that I am seeing amongst us here. And please write your comment as well as a South African. How do you see, or what does freedom mean to you? Write it in your own language, but I can only take Xhosa, Sizulu, and what you call English, okay? Just write there on the comment. I can see that William is with us. Thank you, William, for he's also one of our loyal viewers on this show. Thank you, William. And yes, they are living under strict rules, I'm telling you. It isn't nice for other people out there, you know. And also what I have picked up also was that some, they are saying their religions, they are being harmed. Just imagine not being able to be a Christian, and tomorrow we were told that there's only one religion that applies in this country. And that religion, I cannot name names. Okay, let's just put something else. And that religion, it is to worship flowers. Anyone that is seen not worshiping flowers is going to jail, okay? Now, really, and yet within us, we know that we are Christians. We know that there is something deeper, that something that is higher than worshiping flowers. You know, we need the creator of flowers, not the flowers itself. So, you know, I can understand and relate to these people. These are Egyptians that I'm talking about now, that they are voicing themselves in terms of religion. They are not being free as yet on that side. They still fear for their lives, because once you are in another religion, you are a threat somewhere. So, and also that they wish that everyone could be open-minded about the culture and the ways, the way of doing, and also in terms of religion. You know, I can understand this one wants to practice this culture and the other one wants to practice another culture, and you know, we are being compounded into one box that one size fits all. It's one size fits all of culture. I mean to say, yeah, imagine down here in South Africa, we may all be black, but just because of our skin color, it doesn't all we do not belong in one what you call ethnic, no, not the ethnic color, but we do not belong into one, the languages are different, okay, but the skin color is the same, okay. But then each and every tribe, let me put it that way, has got their own ways of culture and what, you know. We're not the same. So if ever South Africa was going to say all blacks belong into one culture, wouldn't be that a mixed masala thing somewhere? So I can understand their pain, really. Freedom is still, it needs to be revisited by many other countries out there as to what does freedom really mean? You know, maybe our leaders, they don't understand quite clearly what does freedom mean. Or maybe the people of the country are not being adhered to according to their cries. Because I don't see a reason for people to feel to be confided like that, yet it is said that they are free. Good afternoon, my sis. And also, you know, they said something like, I relate this one to something that happened to me while visiting Zimbabwe. I think I was in Mashingo, where also in Harare airport, you know, it made me feel really as an outsider, and to be like, I mean, is this necessary? You know, do I really need to tell you all this information about where am I going? Who am I visiting? For how many days am I? Hey, it was like, no ways, man. You better be joking. But no, it wasn't a joke. They want to know how many days you're going to stay there. And when you are on the streets there, your passport must be found in you, Baba. Otherwise, you're going to jail, okay? You're going to jail. Should they find you on their streets without a what? A passport, which reminds me of the time of apartheid regime in South Africa, when our forefathers, when our fathers and mothers were told to be having a dom pass. If there is no dom pass, into the van, into the police van, okay? Which was very painful. So this reminded me of that. Remember, I'm talking about Egypt now. And this citizen was saying, you know, the only time you are free in Egypt, when they don't ask you these questions, it's when you are married. If you are found as a young man or as a man that isn't married, and you are just loitering around, maybe are found, maybe let's say by past age or whatever, I'm making an example, they're going to ask you, where are you going? And what are you going to do there? And to who are you going to? I'm not laughing, people, but this was, I saw it as a taboo, as something that is like really now? I wonder how many men in South Africa that would answer the policeman that comes and asks them and found them loitering around 1 o'clock a.m. Where are you going? To who are you? To whom are you going to? And for what? So he said something, this citizen of Egypt, that it is only when you are married when they don't ask you, the authorities, okay? And I was like, no way. But anyways, hey, freedom is still far from other countries, okay? And these people were voicing themselves as to, this is how they want freedom to be like not to be asked by the authorities as to where they are going and to whom are they going to, and all of that, you know, like they demand their own privacy, people. Okay, now the last one now in Egypt was the one that said respect is highly needed, you know, and this was a woman. Really, respect to females is highly needed. You will find that in other countries, women are still seen as objects, you know, that are supposed to be submissive for whatever thing that males are saying, you know, and they are not being regarded as people that are sharing the same equal rights as men, you know. They are also the citizens of that country. Women are not to be taken for granted. They are the backbone of every country. Remember, these are the people that are making the future to grow even more and more and more, you know. So we have this population. Yes, we need men in order to bring forth children, but who is looking after this seed inside their bellies, you know, for 9 months, and who looks after this child when they are out now of the belly, you know? It is the mothers, it is women. So we really need to value women, okay? Please, please, everywhere in the country, everywhere globally, respect women, respect men as well, respect men as well. So I'm done with Egypt now. And also Egypt got its freedom around 1922, also under the Great Britain. You see, I'm not against Britain, no, but what I saw was that Britain was overpowering all these other countries, okay, gaining their own wealth. They call it colonialization, okay? They were colonizing all these other countries to gain their riches, of which it was bad, very, very bad, okay? But nevertheless, these countries, they got out of that type of apartheid, according to us. Apartheid, okay? Being bounded by another country. They got out, Egypt got out in 1922. America got out in 1776, okay? And now we are moving to, who else? Hi, Linda. Can you please write on your comment list there, what is freedom mean to you as a South African? All right. Some people, they just come in and they go out, but some, it's like the network problem. But nevertheless, I'm still with you, my people. And I'm in India now. And India, hey, they got their freedom around 1947 on the 15th of August, okay? And also, what I saw in India was that India with Egypt, they've got more or less the same problems, more or less the same, not exactly the same, but more or less the same, because even in India, when it comes to women, there was the thing of they needed more of respect as well, and also to be able to dress the way they want, and not to be seen as a person that must be, how can I put it? You know, it made me feel like they feel as if they are slaves somewhere, okay? their culture is enslaving them in terms of not be who they want to be, okay? In terms of dress code, in terms of appearance to the public, you know. You will find in other countries, they cover women, you know, in such a way that you don't even see this person. The only thing is like, you know, it's like clothes all the way down. They hide this person. So some, it doesn't work for them. Some, it does work for them. And as for the freedom thing, they're supposed to make it as a compulsory thing. That's my own opinion. They're supposed to make it as a compulsory thing. Sorry. Because it ranges from a person to person, okay? Some, they do value their beliefs so much. Some, they don't. So why must you suffocate the other one with your own beliefs, yet you on the other side, you are living a beautiful, beautiful life that suits you. But on the other side, it suffocates the other one. It's not on. It isn't on. So in India also, you know, that this guy, he said that he wishes that girls will be treated very well. So it tells us that girls are not being treated very well. So even though the country is free from colonialization, but its own citizens, they are not that free, okay? According to democracy and all of that. They are not being adhered to in terms of their own liberty, okay? There's no liberty for them. So the thing is, what is the point of having citizens that are not happy, okay? It isn't on. This should hint the government that we need to go down to our people and to listen to their cries and try to adjust the laws that are like a yoke upon them in order to be able to have happy citizens, okay? Another one said that they wish that they can live free without fear of the authorities. And I was like, okay, without fear of authorities, because it's like whatever thing that they are doing, they are being looked with eyes of an eagle as to who is doing what and where. Are they doing trouble? And you know, the law is too much. It is too much. So they are living under fear, okay? So it shows that democracy is still far from others, but there is democracy still, okay? But it's so little. Yes, they are free from colonialization, but it tells us somewhere that they are not free in their own country now, under their own laws and everything that goes with it, you know. They still need to check and to sit down and have a government that will listen to the cries of its own people. So that is about India, okay, and also their dress code, you know. But anyways, I'm moving now from India down to South Africa. Hey, South Africans, are we free? Are we really free? You know, a country without citizens isn't a country. A country is a country because of citizens. And if citizens are not happy, do you have a country? If you are a president that doesn't look at the needs of your people, would you go, who are you going to represent at the end of the day when you go to these other global meetings and stuff like that? Who are you representing? Are you still representing your people or yourself? You should ask such a question as a leader of people, because you must understand each and every need, each and every cry. It is not a solo walk, this thing, when it comes to democracy and president and government and people. So when did South Africa got its democracy? Or should we say freedom? Okay, it starts before 1994, all right, with the heroes that has gone before. But 1994 was when we did the elections after Mandela was released, okay? We all know that history. So I'm not about history, but I'm all about what does freedom mean to you, okay, as an individual. And I didn't specify the country, okay, because I am dealing with people from around the world. As you have heard me stating all these other 3 countries that were before this one that I'm doing now, which is South Africa, you hear that it was America that I spoke about, and also India with Egypt, okay? So we have picked 4 countries today. So when it comes to South Africans, some they say freedom to them means like equal rights and opportunities, you know, without discrimination of skin color, okay? And guess what? This one was a citizen that is not from South Africa. He isn't from South Africa, but he is in South Africa, okay? Either he has immigrated from the European countries down to South Africa. So this is how he feels about freedom, that people must not be discriminated, and also they mustn't be discriminated in terms of color, job opportunities, and so on. And another one was that racism is still happening in some parts of South Africa. You know, I was listening on the radio one time where it was about the Indians, I believe, that were shot, and there was some type of war, mini war. I don't want to be biased, but it was a fight between the Black community and the Indians, and people got injured and some died, and it was an awful thing to happen. You know, if there's one thing that our freedom is not in line with, it is the xenophobia problem. I don't know why does it always rise to the surface, that thing. Is it because we were from the apartheid regime and that thing is still in our brain, in our minds, that we ill-treat each other? Why? That is a big question. Why? If we didn't like it back then when it was done to us by others, why do we continue? Why do we persist with the wrong thing to others as well? Why can't we be civil with one another? If anyone from another country is maybe saying anything bad or wrong to me as a South African, why can't I resolve the matter in a civil way, without war, without fighting, without killing? Okay? I don't know whether it makes sense to you. There is a civil way of resolving matters. You can go and report the matter at the police station. You can contact your lawyer. You can do it in a civil way than to kill someone. For what? For what? You know, it isn't on. We mustn't do that to other people. We must understand that as human beings, we all human beings at the end of the day. The blood that runs in my vein, the blood that runs in your vein is the same. It is red. Okay? Whether you are black, whether you are white, but the blood is red. So it makes no difference who you are. You my brother, you my sister. Let us resolve matters in a right way. Not killing one another or fighting one another. It won't prosper us. Listen, in order for each and every country to be prosperous, we need to do what we call the trading with other countries as well. So how are we going to prosper if we're killing some of the immigrants that are coming from their countries due to wars that they have on their countries? Because it happens to each and every country that, you know, there will be wars. Just like now, there was this thing of looting and what, and that thing was not a good thing at all. It was a horrible sight, a horrible sight. But we can thank God that it was quickly stopped, okay, before it got out of hand. And this thing of the taxi industry that was doing its own killings already, you know, yet we are all the same. We all human beings here. You know, I think all these countries, they still need to revisit the word freedom, okay? The word freedom, starting from the head, which is the president, the government, and the people, okay? We need to revisit the word called freedom. What does freedom mean? And how must it be in order to suit the people of that specific country? Okay? So, some, they said gender equality. That's what freedom means to them. Yes, gender equality, according to the ratings, okay, according to the stats, are the are the numbers equal, or are they like this on the scale? They will never be equal. Okay? They will never be equal. Because why? According to the politics, according to many things that are affecting the way that our government sees and perceives things, gender equality will never be in the same level. That's the way I see things. It will never be in the same level. So we need also to revisit that one as to why. Why can't we make it to be equal? Why can't women get the powerful positions in these corporate companies and other companies as well? Why? Why? It is not happening only in South Africa. Globally. It's happening everywhere. Everywhere. Question is, why? Why? Okay. I'm not a women activist here, but I'm stating things as they are. Okay? So, also, to live in a democratic country, some South Africans, they are even wondering if democracy is still something that we are having, because of late things are done without our consent. That's how they feel. Things are done without their consent. The laws are being applied without even asking the citizens prior as to, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? How do you see this before the law implies? I think our government must take note of these things, because this is what makes the unrest. Most of the unrest is caused by angry people. And another thing, on that thing of employment, democracy, it means to do what you love, and not being restricted according to laws that will be binding you not to do this, not to do that. You can do this, you cannot do that. I mean to say, if the democracy cannot rule, then it means it is one-sided. It is a one-sided thing. And most countries, they use a divide and rule technique. Divide them and rule them. Torture them and give them something small, in small portions, in order for them to be followers of what you are saying. It isn't right, that thing. No, it isn't right. Freedom of speech is something that we have down in South Africa, but you will find that there are certain things, there are laws whereby you will be told, you can't say this, you can't say that. Then where does the freedom of speech imply? So, my people, my good people, we are still long way. We still have a long way to go when it comes to freedom. But what I have picked up is that we were free from colonialization. But freedom in our own countries now isn't there. Our own laws They are prohibiting us to be successful exceedingly, okay? The laws are prohibiting us everywhere, everywhere. Why each country does not revisit the democracy, the liberty, revolution? What do we mean when we say freedom? Freedom. I grew up in a generation of Sarafina, okay, where they were acting that story. Really, you know, it showed and portrayed everything that our forefathers has gone through. And if you go to America, the slaves, the way that they were sold, you know, I was listening also on Angola's colonialization, and also when did they get their own freedom. And you know, the Portuguese colonialization that invaded Angola, and that was called Luanda, and the way they were trading people, and we call it today human trafficking, you know. And this was a very sad thing, because they were selling Angolians to Brazil in exchange of something. Hey, goodness. Do you see how far we're coming from? How, hey, goodness. So that means there are Angolians that do not even know their origins, okay? That they belong in Angola, okay? Because their forefathers, they are coming from Angola. They were slaves that were sold. How can you sell another human being? Where do you begin to sell another being? How much does it cost for a human being? The one that buys another human being, what are you thinking in your mind? If that was your own sibling, that was your own mother, your own father, that was sold in another country in exchange of a vase, in exchange of gold coins, in exchange of a mirror. I do understand why other people do not love Christianity, because also in Angola, they came in a way that was deceiving through Christianity, yet they were hiding. They were hiding under the blanket of what? Christianity, religion, Christianity. Yet they were there as wolves under the sheepskin. My beautiful people, I am not against anyone here, but I'm stating things as they are. We come far in each and every country. We come far. We forgive whomever that was a perpetrator before, okay? We have forgiven, but we will never forget the behavior. It is the behavior that we are stating here, okay? Our children, they need to know and to understand where we're coming from, so that they don't play with the freedom that we have fought, for. There were many Africans that were distributed, that were deployed in many parts of the world, being sold as slaves, in America, in Greece, in many parts of the world, because this was like a norm to sell human beings as slaves. Some were even thrown into the ocean because they have taken a huge number of these people, and now the ship will be struggling in the ocean, and they will be throwing people into the deep ocean to die. Question is, where were you taking them in the first place? Is it not enough that you have taken their gold? But we're not there. What I'm showing is colonialization. It is a big, huge no-no. It is not right. It will never be right. It is a cursed thing. It is a cursed thing. So we were never created to dominate one another. It's only the Creator that can dominate each and every one of us, but not another human being on top of another human being. Let us love one another. Let us forget, okay? Let us forget of the past and move forward, okay? But the behavior, we must watch it every time, because the past has got its own way of rising up again. So if we were not watchful and try to put things as they are, they will persist into the next generation and the next generation. Thank you so much, my viewers. Thank you so much, and it was very nice to be with you on my show. And you know, William also said something here that, you know, freedom to him, William Tayo, he said freedom to him, it means to have, how can I put it? It's like, as a young person, like as a young South African, freedom to him means not to be confined, okay? Not to be limited by laws, by anything else, you know, not to be restricted, okay? But to be able to express, okay, and to explore what his dreams are entailing and all of that, you know, to be free indeed. So thank you so much. I just wanted to give this shout out to him, that thank you, William, for staying with us on the midweek topic, and really may the Lord bless you, and may the Lord bless America, may the Lord bless Angola, may the Lord bless India, may the Lord bless South Africa. We need God's blessings. Egypt, may the Lord bless you too. And I'll be coming back on Friday now, okay? On Friday, stay tuned at 7 o'clock. I'll be with Tina Zungu, the one and only celebrity of gospel. You know, it's so nice to get these musicians on our show and to present themselves and to tell us more about what they are doing, because their job entails many things that we do not know. We just think that music is only standing on the podium, or maybe on the on any stage out there, you know, and sing. But it entails many other things. So Tina Zungu will be telling us in depth, and pray with me that the connection, because he's also in KwaZulu-Natal, the connection will be fine. And also this artist that we had, Nyangiwe Jumbo, Sibonga, Jumbo, your name, Jumbo, he's still coming back. So I am working behind the scenes as well as to who's going to be next and what other things that our viewers need out there. May God bless you all. America, I'm telling you, I've got people from Florida, and I'm going to give a shout out to them as well. It's just that I forgot their names now. But thank you so much for supporting Let's Talk It Out, and hope to see you again. People, you will get this video and listen, and you can also write your comments as well as you will be listening to this video, and write your own comments, you know, as to how do you see freedom in your own words. What does freedom mean? Okay, so see you on Friday. I'll be back, and I'll be back, and I promise to be back. There's more coming. There's more coming. Stay tuned. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out is with you. God bless you.